Okay, let's talk about an exciting new backpack from Bellroy that just came out. This is the Venture 22-liter backpack, a great hybrid for minimal travel and your daily carry needs, made from incredible materials with wonderful organization, minimal and kind of a sleek design that I think really does the trick. Materials that just absolutely made me excited. These are very nice materials on this bag and I absolutely love the way they feel and has a comfortable carry. So with all of that being said, let's get into it, shall we? So I'm a big fan of Bellroy and the products they produce. They always have high quality with wonderful materials and they just have overall just a great aesthetic and a wonderful design. And this bag is no exception. I've been using this bag for a little over a week and it has quickly become probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, hybrid bag because this thing was great for a 3-day trip. It was great when I wanted to go around town. It's great for the office. I even was able to use it as a minimal photography bag. So it kind of was able to fit almost everything I need in a bag of this size. This thing comes in 3 different colors. You have this nice blue color that I got, a black, and a green. So a wide variety of options. I think all of them look really well, but ultimately I decided to go with the blue. All the materials are the same. It's made from 100% recycled nylon, which is amazing. Again, this material, I can't stress enough how good it feels. If you have, or if you've seen any of my videos on the Daypack Lite or the Sling Lite, that material is very much the same feel, but this feels like it has a little bit more rigidity to it. It has honestly been some of my favorites when it comes to grabbing and handling this bag. And with that, you also have WeatherGuard YKK zippers, making this bag very weather resistant. The way that this flap closes up top, you have to have both these zippers zipped up in order to have that flat lay down opening. This is a very good job of being water repellent, and also the materials being a recycled nylon does a phenomenal job of keeping that water just flowing on past all of your valuables and not getting through any of the stitching or the zippers. This bag also has a spot to put a bike light. I like to throw that out there because if you are a cyclist, then you might want a spot for that. And if you're not a cyclist, then this is just a little cool feature that I think just adds a little bit more to the overall aesthetic. So let's move into the handles and the straps on this bag. You have one handle up here at the top that's nice. A little bit of foam, not too big, not too beefy, just enough to get my hand under without taking up the entire side of the bag. And overall, it's just been a really easy handle to grab and find. The downside is that is the only handle on this bag, which might be my biggest complaint, is that I wish there might have been something on the sides or even something on the bottom, because when it came to minimal travel, I didn't fly, but I would have no doubt that this bag would easily fit under the seat in front of me. I have it currently loaded out with my travel loadout. I'm gonna show that to you here very shortly. But when I was doing car travel, putting things in the trunk, grabbing things out of the side of the vehicle, or anything like that, only having one kind of handle can sometimes be a bummer if things shift, and depending on how it's sitting or how it's laying or how I put it in the car in the first place, that might not be the easiest spot to grab, which is why I wish there was somewhere else on this bag to grab. But overall, it didn't become too much of an issue, especially in daily carry, because I was putting this bag down in order to get into it. And once you see the way this bag opens, that'll make a little bit more sense. And there's not a lot of outside pockets for things on this. So overall, I just wish, I guess what I'm saying, is there maybe was one extra place to grab on this bag. But where this bag definitely succeeds in a lot of ways is this back panel, this mesh, this foam back here, and this breathable back panel. It's starting to warm up. I was walking around downtown Boston in the street. It was hot. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and I didn't feel like this bag was hot up against my bag, up against my back, not bag, my back. I wore this on my back. I did not wear this on another bag. That'd be ridiculous, but it felt nice up against my back. I didn't feel like I was too hot. I didn't feel myself sweating that much. And I had it loaded out with some photography gear as well as daily carry items, making it a little bit heavier than normal. So I felt like that was a great addition. This thing, it felt just amazing up against me. And the straps are part of that reason. These are some really nice, comfortable straps made from some really comfortable material with some nice foam and a very simple sternum strap that has that magnetic fid lock, which is always a nice bonus. Overall, just the whole usage of this bag in motion was phenomenal because I felt like it was a really comfortable and easy bag to carry, and it just felt nice. I don't know, something about these materials have just made me like, they just feel really nice. And so for reference, I am 5'8", 170-ish pounds. This is what the bag looks like on me. Again, not bad. I have this loaded out currently with my travel stuff, so that's about how big it would be if you're doing that minimal one bag travel. But if you're doing daily carry, then this bag will not keep this shape. This shape is very specific to what's in my bag, but it can be a little floopy, depending on what you have in here for daily carry. So just keep that in mind, that it might not be this packed out at all times, and when it's not, it doesn't look like it is. Okay, so let's move into the pockets on this bag. Now you actually have 3 pockets on the outside. You have a quick access and then 2 side pockets that can work as external water bottle pockets or just an easier access than going inside the bag. So what I have in the top compartment here is a Bellroy wallet because I've been taking some cash with me, so I always like to have a wallet if that's the case. And then also just is where I would put my phone. This is my other phone, this is my actual phone, but just for reference, this is where I would keep my phone. This is a soft line pocket, so it's also good for sunglasses, keys, anything like that. This is also a really good security dump. If you are gonna use this on a flight, maybe as a minimal 1-bag travel, this pocket does a really good job of having its own kind of dimension, so just be careful how much you pack towards the top of this bag because then you might eat in to this dimension just based off the way that this kind of flap sits over the front of the bag. But you could easily put your quick access items in there or use it as a security dump if you're going through security. On top of that, it's also a good spot to put things like boarding passes or passports if you wanted to in transit, but then just as a regular daily carry, works great for headphones, keys, wallet, phone, whatever you might want to have outside your pockets in your bag, but easy to get to. This does a really good job. Okay, then the 2 outside side pockets. Now, one has a key clip and one does not. I personally only put something in this side. So on this side, you just have a regular pocket. So I must be using the key clip one. It's just an outside pocket. It's flat. It doesn't have any built-in dimension. Depending on how much you pack out the inside of this bag, it will eat up the dimension in these outside pockets, which is why I didn't utilize them. Because again, for a travel loadout, I wouldn't want to have to squish items out here. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff in the main compartment personally, and then just have a water bottle. So I'm gonna kind of organize it that way. If you're doing daily carry or anything else, if you didn't put anything that pushed up against these sides, then you can easily utilize this maybe for like a small tech kit, your phone, other items, whatever you might want to put in a side pocket like this. So if you go over to the other pocket, this is where I have put my water bottle. This is just my James Coffee Company canteen. And this is also where that key clip is. It's a very simple, basic key clip, just some rope with a very simple, basic key clip on it. All right, so let's move into the inside of this bag. Now, the opening is this little metal hook here that slides into these rivets. Now, depending on how much you pack out, you can kind of determine how tight or how loose you want this opening. Now, I will say, in terms of being able to do this, you can do it with one hand realistically, as long as you can like stabilize the bag. My only thing that I'm a little concerned, besides this bottle falling off my table, the only thing that concerns me about this, and there's no way to know for sure, these seem pretty sturdy and they seem pretty well protected, but at the end of the day, it looks like it's just fabric that's been coated in something. So my only concern would be is how much doing this closing and opening motion on the same one over and over again, how long is that life gonna be? That is the only thing that really stuck out to me when I started using this bag. Now, so far, I see absolutely 0 signs of wear and tear, and I've used this pretty regularly, opening it a couple times a day for over a week now. So I'm curious what the longevity is, but I do like bags that are easy to open that kind of have this style. There is something to be said about having this at the front of the bag that I think looks really good. This is one of my favorite kinds of bags in terms of looks. And like I said, quickly becoming just absolutely one of my favorite bags, period. So to get into this bag, like I said, this is where you have those 2 nice WeatherGuard YKK zips, and you can do a front panel pull down, or you can go top access and leave these zipped if you had something at the top that you wanted to do. But for the sake of this, we'll do top down or fold out view. And like I said, travel loadout right now, right? So basic tech kit with maybe some mobile filmmaking gear, and a couple maybe cords and dongles and things like that. This is the Wandrd medium tech pouch, would sit right here at the top. And then under that would be my Peak Design medium packing cube, because this thing can literally hold all of the clothes I need for any length of trip. And I didn't even have to really compress this one that much because again, it was only a 3-day trip and it always fits perfectly, even in backpacks like this. It just takes up this space down here just so perfectly. You really can't go wrong with a packing cube like this one, because it just perfectly takes up the space inside the bag. But that's not all you have. You have some internal organization here that I think does a really good job. You have, on the sides, you have 2 side internal pockets similar to the ones on the outside. And this is where it really matters about what you put in these, because these are directly pushing up against the outside ones. So if you put too much in these and you also want to utilize the outside ones, that is where that force kind of comes in to play a little bit. So in one of these, this is where I've put my minimal DOP kit. This is the toiletry small DOP kit that can just fit all the toiletry items that I need. And it fits perfectly in this side mesh guy, and then the other side mesh guy, that's what we're calling them, is where I would put, or where I did put, my MacBook charger. It's weird packing this bag back out for a trip that I went on like 5 days ago, because I'm like, why did I put my charger in this bag, and why did I pack out a packing cube? It sometimes throws me off pretty hard, but those two side pockets to me personally are a great spot to put items like a small minimal toiletry kit that can fit, or if you have a small tech kit that's kind of similar like the pencil cases, they fit perfectly in these side compartments, or you can just free ball it and just put your charger or chargers in either one of these. And then behind that, you have the laptop compartment. Now, it does a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and it also has a sleeve for a small tablet, regular sized iPad, nothing crazy, no iPad Pro. So what I have in here is my MacBook Air, 13-inch, it fits in there, it like swallows it. It swallows it so much, there's so much room. It's a great laptop compartment. It's a great laptop compartment as it feels very padded. It's up against that nice foam on the back of the bag, and it's off the bottom of the bag just enough for some padding down there that I feel a little bit more comfortable, especially utilizing public transport if I'm taking my laptop with me or just travel in general. Worked really well. So that is the main side of the compartment. You have open chasm, laptop, tablet, and two side mesh guys. But on the front flap, we have some extra organization that works really well. So this top one is possibly one of my favorite things in a bag like this, because you have two of these mesh guys, one opens from the side, one opens from the top. This top guy sits right up here. So if you just wanted to leave this unhooked, which I sometimes do, and just open, you're like, I need my headphones, you can easily grab them out. Be a lot easier if the bag was zipped up. That's what I have in here. These are my noise canceling Sennheisers. I've been using those a lot more when like I edit and stuff. Just a lot more comfortable than wearing like AirPod Pros. Plus I may have lost my AirPod Pros. That doesn't matter. So that pocket, being able to sit right up here at the top, becomes almost like an extra quick access, a semi quick access, if you will. If you're at the cafe and you leave this unhooked and it's just sitting by your leg, or you're on public transport and you're sitting with it between your legs and you have it unhooked because maybe you're getting in and out. That's a really good spot. You can quickly grab that, do it, you get off the public transport, maybe get where you're going, you just quickly throw them back in here. That top compartment works really well for doing that. You can even use it to utilize something like a phone. I chose headphones because I thought it would work pretty well. Snacks, things like that. So I like this top compartment a lot because whether you want to utilize it like that or not, just a nice little mesh compartment that you can put a couple extra things in. My words, I need to drink more water. So then below that is the other mesh compartment that opens from the side. And then here's where I put my SD card case, because I'm always bringing something that's gonna take an SD card, whether it's my full frame camera, my Sony camera, one of my mobile films, I'm always gonna need an SD card. Always, forever and ever, always and forever. So I always have one of those with me. And then the other thing I have in here is a Matador packable like blanket towel thing. And I have a whole video coming out about Matador here soon. They have a travel bag, and this is one of the accessories that I got with the travel bag. And it's just really nice if you want to like just, do a picnic or something, or if you just need a towel, or if it starts to rain and you want to make sure that you're extra protected. Things like that. But it takes up like no room in the bag, so I've been carrying it with me everywhere. You never know when the opportunity will arise. And that is the mesh compartments in this bag, and that's it. That's all there is to this bag. It is a very simple bag, and I think that's probably why I like it so much. I like the simplicity. I like that it works really well as a minimal travel bag without taking away from the fact that when I get to where I'm going, or if I don't want to use it like that, it still works really well as an everyday carry bag, as a hybrid photography bag. This bag fits a lot of roles without sacrificing anything else to make those roles work for the bag. And that's part of the reason that I fell in love with this so much, using it at the office and then converting it to minimal travel and then going to downtown Boston. All three of those were separate events, and all three of those times this bag worked exactly how I wanted it to, and it never ceased to amaze me, which is why I'm really impressed with this one. I like Bellroy a lot, and their bags are usually pretty good. I'm not saying that they're not, it's just this one for me just sticks out a lot. It sticks out a lot. It really does the trick, and it's something that I'm really enjoying and that I'm gonna probably keep using because I enjoy it so much until my other day pack gets in that I'm gonna have to test out. But this is gonna be one of those bags that I go back to quite a bit. And that number has dwindled quite a lot on the number of bags that I return to frequently. And this just made the list with the Manal bags and my Wandrd bag. So welcome to the top 5, buddy. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about one of my top 5 new favorite bags of all time, the Bellroy Venture 22 liter pack, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Or you can shoot me an email, odiematthewsbags@gmail.com, and we can have a chat, a conversation, or whatever you might like. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that good nonsense.